It's live. Hi, friends. If you'll tell us over in the chat section if you can hear us. Look, hello, hello, hello. Let us know if you can hear us. Somebody say, yep, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I'm glad to hear that, Stacy. I'm going to post a guest link in the on Brittany's page too, in case there's girls who are kind of coming last minute for us. So I'm going to mute myself, and you guys just hang out a minute. If you can hear us, if you'll just type, I can hear you, in the live chat over to the right of your screen, there's some little boxes. It looks like we've got 25. Oh, Brittany said her computer shut down. So she's rebooting, but if it takes a second, we can just let one of the girls start. In just a second. We need to start. Is the chat working? Erica. Oh, I can hear you. Hi, Carol. Thank you. Brittany's trying to get back on. We're going to start in just 1 second. I'm Carol Ann Palat. I live here in Nashville. Brittany is my direct upline. Hi, friends. Oh, Wendy, I wonder why you can't hear us. That's so weird. I'm not sure. Well, Brittany's computer has turned off. If you can't hear us, yes, refresh it or try to come back out and come back in. And I'm going to post a guest link on Brittany's page so you can just, have I muted myself? Stacy, can you hear me? Or Jessica, can you? Okay, good. Okay, good. Then that means it should be working if some are. There's Brittany. Let's make sure she can hear me. Can you hear me, B?
Yeah, I just got on.
Okay, well, some of the girls were saying they couldn't. We're supposed to hear something. So you want to either refresh your page or you want to come out and come back in, and I'm going to mute myself and let Brittany take over, and I will post a guest link in the Lovelies page. So if you're having a hard time, just go to Brittany's page and I'll say guest link, join the webinar now, and it should fix it. So here is Brittany.
Hi, everybody. So I joined about 10 minutes ago, and then I stepped out to do something in the living room, and my computer went to sleep. So it shut me off. It turned me off, but now I'm back. So hopefully you guys can hear us. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Webinar Monday. We should come up with a cooler name for that. But tonight's webinar is our monthly new consultant webinar, which means you have joined us within the last month, or you've got since the last training that we did, since the last new webinar that we did, or you've got a girl that's joining us, or you just want to hang out with us, and we are so happy about that, okay? So let me just take a second and introduce myself, and then I will stop talking because there's other great people that I want you to hear from tonight. But my name is Brittany Comp, if you guys don't know who I am, and I am the coach for you guys. Actually, Caroline is a coach now, but I am was the first consultant in Tennessee, or second. I had my upline, stayed with the company for about 3 months, and she ended up not sticking around, which was a real bummer for her. But anyways, so I've been a consultant since October of 2013, so 2.5 years, and I started with just maxi skirts. I didn't know, we didn't have anything else. We came out with leggings about a month after I started. Hold on just a second. Okay. Sorry, I had to shut the doors. Anyways, so when I started, we had maxi skirts, and we had Cassies, and we had Azures, and that was it. And so when I used to go to parties, when I first started, I would take 8 tubs with me, but it would be all 8 tubs of maxi skirts. Isn't that so funny? Like, could you even imagine now? And so I would drag 8 tubs. I would drag about 200 to 300 maxi skirts to people's houses, and they would shop from all my maxis and my bins, but it was nice because the maxis were all in little plastic bags, and so at the end of the night I would take my maxi skirts home and I would rearrange the bins and make them look all nice and neat, and then I was done. There was no online selling, there was no 26 body styles. It was literally maxi skirts, and in the beginning I was like, I don't know if I should carry anything else because the maxis are doing so well. I would sell 30 maxi skirts at one party. It was crazy. So anyways, I started the same month that Patrick did. If you guys know who Patrick is, he is our production designer. He is literally the brains behind LuLaRoe. If we did not have Patrick, we wouldn't have LuLaRoe. He is amazing and phenomenal, and he is so on track with what is in right now and fashionable. I was at H&M the other day, and I was with my sister-in-law, Heather Siebold, who's a consultant on our team. And I was like, Heather, look at this, like little shirts with elephants all over them and little shirts with rhinoceros. And, you know, just it's so much of it. I was like, this is LuLaRoe. It just, you know, he's so on top of it. But anyways, we started the same month. And so soon after I became a consultant, we were releasing things like pretty regularly. The Irma came out in May after I had started in October, so we were 6 months without any tops for leggings, and so people would be like, you know, why wish you guys would come out with a top? And now we have, what, 4 tops to go with leggings. So it's just really awesome to get to watch the growth. It's also really awesome because in the beginning when I started, and it's possible that some of you no, we cannot see you. Nobody worry about that. You can only see the people who are the presenters. So don't worry about it, Casey. You're good. Okay, yeah, Stacy said that. Anyway, sorry. If you're standing there in your bra, don't worry about it. Nobody can see. So I digress. What was I saying? Hold on. What was my train of thought? So we had nothing back then. You know, it was very small. And so when I started with LuLaRoe, I would say to people, have you heard of LuLaRoe? Do you want to host a pop-up? And they would be like, we don't even know what it is that you're talking about. Lula what? So, you know, I kind of felt like in the beginning there we were forging that, you know, that uncharted territory for a lot of girls. And now, fast forward 2 years, and I don't know exactly how many are on my team because Audrey quit counting for me about 3 months ago. But 3 months ago, I was at 450. So I would say I'm thinking somewhere around 600, but I honestly have no clue. So, but regardless, it's a big number and it's exciting. And so I just wanted you guys to know who I am. You will see me post on the Lovelies page. I try to reach out to you guys. I try to send private messages or direct messages to you guys when I can. I don't catch everybody, but please know that I am always here for you. One thing that I did want to say tonight before I turn the time over is a lot of you guys have trainers and coaches between you and I, which means that you've signed up under a girl who's, you know, 3 levels underneath me. And so you probably are on multiple team pages. And so you're on the Lovelies page, and then you might even be on, you know, anybody else's page. Pretty much when girls hit trainer, they go ahead and create their own team page just so that they can kind of be working with their girls on a more smaller, intimate level. So one of the things that I tell my girls, you guys, on these webinars and anytime I get a chance to talk to you is make sure that you're utilizing your team. You have an upline trainer and an upline coach who is phenomenal, who I, you know, have personal relationships with, who I love, who I trust to lead you. And so make sure that you're reaching out to those girls. Make sure that you're utilizing their team pages. Make sure that you're asking them questions because they want you to. They want to be helping you. They want to be there for you. That's their job. You know, once you hit trainer, once you hit coach, there's a certain responsibility that comes along with that nobody takes lightly. I know I don't take it lightly, and I know that, you know, none of the other girls that are at that level do. And I know that probably for a lot of you, that's something that you're reaching for. So make sure that you're you know, you're utilizing your upline trainer, using those pages, and, you know, always ask your questions there first. If it's something about racks and, you know, where did you guys buy the best velvet hangers and all of those kinds of things, make sure that you're filtering those questions through your trainer's team page, because you're going to be able to get a lot of help there. If you have a question like, you know, something broad that's going to help, like my Audrey isn't working right now, can somebody please help me, and you need a quick answer, definitely come on the Lovelies page and ask those questions. Another thing that you may not know if you are newer is that we don't do any buy, selling, or trading on the Lovelies page. We used to allow it, and I wish that I could say, oh, just do it once a month. It's an honor system. Well, even if I let everybody do it once a month, the entire feed would be buy, sell, trade, and in search of. So we have a separate page for that. It's called LuLaRoe Lovelies Swap Page. And it used to just be a Middle Tennessee swap page, but we ended up opening it up to everybody, which is really nice. So get with your upline trainer to get added to that page. I used to add everybody myself, and it became like literally a full-time job because I have to be friends with you, and so I would friend you, and then I'd have to wait for you to friend back, you know, to accept my friend request, and then and it just was like I did not have enough brain cells in my brain to run that. So get with your upline trainer. She should already be on the buy sell trade page, and ask her to add you. The point of that page is not, oh, I've had these Cassies for 2 weeks and they're really not cute prints, so I'm going to dump them all on the buy sell trade page and hopefully I can sell them, you know, to other consultants to buy and stuff. That's not the point of that page. I have been a consultant for, like I said, 2.5 years, and I think I've probably used a page like that maybe 10 times, and that's really not an exaggeration. Everything sells. Everything will eventually filter through your racks, and so the point of that page is if you oversell things. We all do it. I did it last week. It was a nightmare. And so you go and you say, oh my goodness, I need this pair of leggings, please, I oversold it and 2 people are wanting them, do you have a pair? Or you know, I have got a wedding party and they're all looking for this one specific Nicole in these sizes, can you guys help me out? Those are the types of things that we're wanting to be doing on that page. And if you've been listened to any calls, which you may not have, because hopefully a lot of you guys are brand new, but one of the things that Patrick always says on our Tuesday webinars with home office is think like a retailer. And you can open your box and say, these are the ugliest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and whoever designed this stuff was on drugs, and I'm quitting Lulu. Like, you could think that, and then you could go to a pop-up or post it all online and sell 50 pieces. So y'all, you just never know. So just make sure that you're giving everything a fair chance, that you're holding out. Now, the other day, for instance, I don't know, it must have been really late when I ordered, and I ordered 5 extra small Jills and 5 double extra small Jills. I don't even carry Jills. So that literally was like I just must have thought I was on something else, I don't know, Azure, I don't know, and I ordered Jill's. So like those, I may post those on the buy sell trade page and see if anybody wants them, or I might just send them back. So that's kind of the point of that page. Make sure you're not abusing it. We ask that you only post 10 times a month. And so at the very most, so if we see that that's becoming an issue, we may just say, ooh, you know, let you know, let's you know, see if you can, like, we'll just reach out to you and try to help you through that process. I know there's a lot to learn in the beginning. There is a social etiquette document that is fabulous, and I was going to screen share my page, but, I mean, just go into Audrey, go into the back office, and find that social media etiquette document. That's hard for me to say for some reason. Christy kept calling it the ethics document last week, and that's kind of what it is, too, but it's a etiquette document. And read that, because there's a lot of, some of you may be coming over to us as customers turned consultants, which we love, and we're so happy that you're on our team, but the rules are a little bit different, and the way we do things is a little bit different once you turn consultant than when you were a customer, okay? So make sure you read that. I probably should just pin that. I probably just need to put that in the files on the Lovelies page so you can have it. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I have 2 little boys, Gavin and Dawson. They're 3 and 1. They're screaming in the other room. I have a husband, Grant, who's amazing, and I do LuLaRoe full-time. I taught school for 6 years, but now, I didn't know that that's what H&M stood for. That's interesting. But now I do LuLaRoe full-time, and I love, love, love it, obviously. It's a great job. But I brought 2 girls on today. Caroline and I were talking the other night, and she watched another team's webinar, and that's the beauty of LuLaRoe, is that you just steal everybody's great ideas. And so she called me the other day, and she said, I was watching Julie and Susan, who are a sister team, or they're not a team, but they're sisters, and they're both consultants in North Carolina, and she was like, they brought in some girls to do their webinars, and so she was like, I think we should do that, because like you guys have heard from me, I don't really have anything new to say to you, but I brought in 2 consultants for you guys that are each going to take a few minutes and share. Both have been in since October of this year, right, girls? Am I correct? That's right, I think so. Around October, so like not very long at all. The first one that we're going to hear from is Stacy, and Stacy is a working mom. I'm going to let her introduce herself. I won't. Deanne always does that. She's like, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and then she tells everything about you that there is possibly to know. But anyways, she is a working mom, and she is literally killing it. Stacy, do you want me to go to Jessica first? Are you good?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm just, I have a little guy that just walked in.
No, I know, it always happens that way. It always.
You can go back over. Okay, yeah, Jessica can go first. I'm gonna walk him back across the street.
No worries. See,
okay.
we can roll with the flow. Okay, Jessica, everybody. So we'll hear from Stacy in just a minute. But I wanted one lady to share with you guys tonight who works full time and does LuLaRoe full time and is a full time mama, as you know many of us are. Is there such thing as a part time mom? There isn't. But Jessica's going to share with you guys, and she just does LuLaRoe full time, but she's also a mama, and I want her to tell you how much she orders and sells in a month because it's insanity. And like I said, she's only been in October, and she's about to hit coach or trainer pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. So Jessica, if you'll take a few minutes and share with everybody, and I will be quiet.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Brittany. Hi, ladies. Welcome. If you've already been onboarded, I hope that everything is going smoothly for you. And for those waiting in the queue, they're picking up pace, so make sure you're ready. I know I have some girls that are ready this week that are getting ready to onboard. So a little bit about me. I am a wife to a former Marine. I am former Navy myself, and I have a 9-year-old and an almost 3-year-old. I'll be 3 next month. I worked at the Federal Reserve Bank here in Richmond, and I absolutely despised my job. So when I started buying LuLaRoe last summer, like July, August, from my sponsor, I, needless to say, became addicted, just like everybody else. I started out buying my daughter a dress, which led to leggings, and then shirts. And then I thought about the business opportunity and how I really wanted to get out of the Fed. I signed on September 22nd. I received my initial inventory October 3rd, and I quit my full-time job at the Fed November 2nd. So needless to say, my husband had some heart palpitations for that because I carried insurance and everything like that. But I haven't looked back, and I don't regret it at all. So Brittany wanted me to tell you about like my typical routine as to what I do. So my week starts off on Mondays, and on Monday mornings before I open, I finish shipping anything from the weekend, and then make sure all my customers get their stuff. Then I'm open from 10 to 12 every Monday, and then once I'm closed, I start taking pictures that I have to post that day. So I do Facebook pop-ups every Monday and Thursday evening. So I actually have one going on right now. So if you guys hear dinging, that's what it is. Sorry. So I take my pictures, and then I make sure I get my pictures uploaded to Facebook so that my pop-up can begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my pop-ups go until noon the next day. On Tuesday mornings, I begin invoicing. Because most times I'm asleep by 9 o'clock at night. So I do my invoicing Tuesday mornings, and then I get shipping done for those that pay before my mailman comes. And then I'm open Tuesday afternoons. So from about, I think, 2 to 3 or 2 to 4, something like that, because of the webinar. So if you're looking to do this full time, I highly recommend being on the weekly webinar. It lets you know what's going on with the business, keeps you up to date. Patrick's really good about keeping us up to date about any back orders. So I make sure and build that into my schedule since it is my full-time job. I have my pictures all taken down on from Facebook on Tuesday evenings, so I have help doing that. Wednesday mornings are my mornings for me. So I'll go do whatever appointments I need to do, whether it's get my nails done, get my hair nice and colorful. LuLaRoe hair, as somebody has called it.
You couldn't do that at the Federal Reserve, could you?
What was that?
You couldn't do that at the Federal Reserve, could you?
Oh, no. But 2 weeks later, my hair was purple. So Wednesday mornings really are, for me, it allows me to go have lunch with my daughter or lunch with my husband or whatever. Then Wednesday evenings, I open and do a Wine Wednesday here. I just started doing Wine Wednesday last week, so that's something new, but my customers that came seem to really enjoy it. So Thursday mornings, I'm open again, and I do pictures in the afternoon. Again, I have my Facebook pop-up at 8, and then on Friday, the Facebook closes at noon. So I do invoicing in the morning and shipping to whoever pays. And then I have my pictures taken down Friday evening because I have pop-ups on Saturdays. So Saturdays I offer 2 times for in-home pop-ups at 10 and at 4. and I travel anywhere up to 2 hours for a pop-up. And if I don't have a pop-up scheduled, I just open my boutique, and my customers seem to love that. So they can, they're out and about on a Saturday, they can pop in and shop. That's actually brought me a lot of business on a Saturday, doing that. And then Sundays are off. Sundays are my family days, so I try not to even get on Facebook. When you say you're open, can you elaborate? So I have a boutique set up here in my house. I took my formal living room, and it is my store, quote unquote. And I have hours. So I have a set number of hours: Monday, Thursday, 10 to 12, Tuesdays are 2 to 4, Wednesdays 5:30 to 7:30, and Fridays are 12:30 to 2:30. And then Saturdays it varies. So I went around my schedule and how I ran my business. I don't want customers here while I'm trying to do shipping, because I want to knock out my shipping, and I need to get it done in a short amount of time before my mailman gets here. So I hope that helps, Nikki. So that's really kind of how I operate my daily routines. And then as far as ordering, in the beginning and even now, I still will replace what has sold. Is it just for people that you personally know? No, all of my customers are welcome to come shop. So I have met some of the greatest people just by them coming to shop. I advertise it on my Facebook page, so in my VIP group, and I have people messaging me all the time. So if you ever message me and I don't answer you, it's probably because your message got lost in Facebook message, the black hole. So, but I let anybody come shop. So my most popular time for a pop-up on Saturday, I do 10 in the morning. I was doing 9, and that's just too early. And then I do 4 p.m. as well. So I don't do anything after that because I'm already getting home roughly 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I like to see my little one before he goes to bed. So as far as ordering, so I replace what was sold. If something sells, that's what I replace when I do my order. Now, I tried to build my inventory very quickly, so that helps that I've built my numbers very quickly. I went from 300 pieces in my initial inventory in October, and I now have over 1,200 pieces in my inventory. So I do try to add something at least once a quarter. I'll try to add a new style in if it's something that my girls want to try. So I give them that option as well. And I think, what was there was something else you wanted me to mention, Brittany.
No, that's good. Really, I was really wanting to talk about, kind of what your week looked like, and I think that's awesome. I think it's so good that you do those set hours, and you probably see repeat people that come, and you probably, do you feel like a lot of the people that are shopping at your house now are people that you only met through LuLaRoe?
Absolutely. So I have girls that we've become really good friends. Actually, it's funny, my assistant kept marking sold on my online stuff, and she wouldn't come and pick it up. So she was getting ready to get booted out of my group, and then one day she came shopping, and we've been great friends ever since. So I become really good friends with my customers, which I love. So
and tell everybody how much you order in a month.
So the last 2 months I have ordered over 600 pieces. I have also sold over 600 pieces these last 2 months. So October started out really slow, but it's picked up every month since then. So this month my goal is 700 pieces.
And can you give them, just real quick, one last thing, can you give them your number one piece of advice for how you grew your presence online? How do you feel like because would you say the majority of your sales are coming from your online boutiques, or people stopping by? I feel like
mine are pretty spaced out between customers coming to the boutique online and in person. But I built my online presence by doing a lot of giveaways. Deanne's thing is the more you give, the more you get. So I love to do giveaways. I still do them because I still want to build my group numbers. I am that crazy lady that will walk up to you in Costco or in Target and say, feel my legs, and I give them business cards. If I notice them wearing a piece that LuLaRoe would sell, a dress, a skirt, leggings, whatever. So pretty much anybody. The 1,200 does include leggings. I have my next orders that are coming, I'll have over 250 pair of leggings in each size, one size in tall and curvy, and 50 each in small, medium, large, extra large, and tweens. My most popular item, other than leggings, that's kind of hard to say. I would have to say either the classic or the perfect tee. So I like offering all of those for the different body shapes that everybody has.
And Jessica, able to use Audrey? Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. You're able to use Audrey?
I am able to use Audrey. I use nothing but Audrey because I realized that I wasn't getting qualified for cruise without it. So
and
I use
not only
Audrey.
Qualified, you were like way top of the line qualified, sister. You too, Stacy.
I'm trying. So my biggest piece of advice for you starting, what do I do when she's down? When she's down, I use my backup square, but I try not to do that because I really want my stuff to count in Audrey and to support LuLaRoe. So in their endeavors. So hopefully we won't have that much anymore. I don't stress it. Just go with the flow. Biggest piece of advice is to always have amazing customer service. Like I have girls that come to me and they're like, oh, well, I have this piece that I don't really like, and I have to send it back to California to the consultant I bought it from. And I tell them conditionally, if it has the tags on it and it's unworn and unwashed, let me take a peek at it, because if it's something that I can add to my inventory, I'll gladly exchange it for you. And that truly does make a world of difference for those ladies. They don't have to go to the post office and mail it back, and I let them get something here in my boutique. So it really is a win-win. I'm getting a customer out of it. So I make sure and look over the piece first just to be sure, but exchange those pieces for them. Even if they didn't buy it for me, I still exchange it for them. And the other two things are have fun and spread the Lula love. That's really what it's all about.
Good. Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this is Jessica Ankney, you guys, Ankney. So I know she will be, I'm assuming, I didn't ask her this beforehand, but message her with questions. If something comes to you later and you thought, oh, I want to know more about this, when she said, whatever, about office hours or whatever it is, message her, because I know she would be happy to answer you. So thank you, Jessica. That was wonderful.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah, and stick around, but get back to your online sale if you needed to turn your camera off and deal with those customers.
I've got people watching for me, so that's what moms are for.
All right, so next we have Stacy, and Stacy, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself because I don't actually know that much about Stacy, and I'm so excited because I get to meet her in person in May, right, Stacy?
Yeah, not soon enough.
Yes. And Carolyn always says, you guys remind me of each other, which I think because I think you're so cute. So share a little bit about yourself and then tell us, just start talking. I'm going to be quiet.
So I'm Stacy Petrosini, and I'm a wife, and I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. My stepdaughter is 15, and then I have a 6-year-old boy, 5-year-old boy, 7-month-old boy. And I came to know about LuLaRoe through purchasing leggings in an Irma through a sale I was invited to back in the summer, and I was super pregnant, and I could only wear the leggings. So I fell in love, and for months my husband kept asking me if I was going to do this, and I was like, I don't know. It's a big commitment, and I'm a full-time school counselor. I am a school counselor for middle school. This is my 7th year doing it, and it takes people who are like slightly crazy to work with middle school age kids, but I love it. I really do. But I have 4 kids home, and so we're crazy here too. Every day is something. And so my schedule and the way that my journey with LuLaRoe has unfolded has changed from initially what I had planned, or I thought I had planned. God had different plans for me. So, we had just moved to Savannah. We've been here about 20 months in Savannah, Georgia. And I'm from Michigan. We lived in Ohio for 12 years before moving here. Total God story for another day. But didn't know anybody. I mean, literally had one human that we knew moving here. And so my client base hasn't been locals until recently. So a lot of my customers have been people back home, and I do, a lot. I strive for online sales because I have 4 kids and I work a full-time job, and my husband has a lot of the kid duty when I'm doing sales late at night, and I just knew there had to be a way to not be gone a lot doing pop-ups all the time. And so there's a few things that I've done that I'll talk about, but just initially it was online and it was pop-ups, and I actually did my launch with a girl from back home. So my, launch was a 70-piece party, which was a great way to start because I wanted to get the word out and get it out fast. And, there were 2,000 consultants when I signed up. So, it's a different story now, but the love for the product is like blowing up. And so I got to experience that really quickly when I first started. But it was just kind of like, getting to know people. When you're in your mid-30s, making friends isn't like super easy. And we were finding a new church and things like that. So really online is the way that I kind of went about things at first. And now, 6 months in, I'm branching out and inviting women that I've met through my son's soccer teams, through school, through the community, through our neighborhood, like Facebook group, to come and shop pop-ups at my home and host their pop-ups with their friends at my home so that they have full access to all of my inventory. Hi, Wendy. She's one of my girls. So my team has blown up unexpectedly. Like, not one person that is on my team that did I pursue. And so I really feel like I've been blessed in this journey because people just see me for me and see the product for what it is and fall in love with that and want to be a part of this culture. And I just get to kind of be the vessel in between the product and the people. And I, in my past life, before I was a school counselor, I was a corporate recruiter for Abercrombie. And I have a business management degree that I only used for a very short period of time because I was very unhappy doing it. But I really like leadership, and I love working with people and kind of helping them reach their goals or encouraging them to be better, do better things. My husband is really big into helping people kind of figure out what their dreams are. And although sometimes we're not very good at pursuing our dreams, it's really cool to work with women and see what theirs are and help them. And so, like, I've been asking my women on my team, like, what's your why? Like, I want to know about it. I want to pray about it. Those things are important as a leader, and that's part of what's allowed me to build those relationships with them because it's great when your business explodes and you're selling a ton, but then your team explodes, and if you don't nurture them and get to know them and build that foundation with them, then nothing else matters. Because I love selling, I do, and I love making money, and I love being able to provide for my family, but I also really love the personal interaction piece that the company provides, for us as consultants.
So Stacey, what does your typical week look like?
So my week is kind of crazy sometimes because it all depends on our family schedule. I'm not home during the day, so a lot of my work is at night, and sometimes a lot of hours at night. But when I'm planning well and things are going accordingly and shipments come, I try to post an online pop-up on Thursday nights or Friday nights, depending on my schedule, and I let them run until Sunday. And that way I'm available to answer questions. And sometimes I'll have one hostess or I'll have multiple hostesses, but I'm trying to make sure if I do that geographically there's no overlap. I mean, because I have friends all over the country, it's really been fun because I can service them, and I have a decent inventory. I started out with 400 and some pieces, and I'm probably up to 900 pieces now. And even before those parties, I'll make sure I order extra so that everybody has a fair chance at a lot of amazing pieces. But I really do that and let them run through the weekends, and then I spend Monday night invoicing and pulling inventory and then as they pay, I do shipping. And thankfully, I have a 15-year-old stepdaughter who like wants to make money sometimes, and I pay her to help do the shipping because until this week, I've been doing the majority of it by myself. From running the business to the organizing and the pop-ups and the shipment and all of that stuff. And now I have a couple girlfriends who are actually babysitters of mine that are going to start helping me as assistants, like taking pictures of my inventory.
It'll change your life, Stacey.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. So my week really starts on Fridays or Thursdays with LuLaRoe, posting those pop-ups or those boutiques online, letting them run through the weekend, and they're pretty busy ones. So like the majority of mine have been 80 to 200 pieces. So like working full time, I can't do 2 or 3 of those a week. I would never sleep. So when they're, sometimes I like take a deep breath and I'm like excited when it's a 40-piece party, and I like thank the Lord that like I get to sleep that week. But I really, you know, you never know. You just don't know what's going to sell. So that's how I've been running it. Shipment, you know, from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I do it all over again.
You do it every week?
I've been doing them every weekend, yes. Now, when I first started, I will say I was doing, because they were smaller, I was doing 2 a week. I was doing like a Tuesday and then a Friday. But as they've continued to grow and my group has grown and my shopping, you know, group of women is a lot of repeats and tons of people I don't even know that I've become, you know, friends with over this shopping experience, I have had to go to 1 a week, because 2 parties at like 40 to 80 pieces and then 1 at like 200. So it's equal amount of work. It's just now it's once a week. And then if I have local women who want to host, and I do get them, I love having them come to my home. They love not having to clean their house or kick their kids out, and I love having a reason to have my house clean. And they can come, like our formal, I'm sitting in it, I don't know if you can see it, but like our front formal dining room is now like my little boutique. And we roll the racks into the kitchen and into the living room, and they bring snacks and wine and invite their friends, and it's just super fun. So that's something new I've started. And then I'm doing a Periscope sale on Thursday. I'm kind of scared. But watching Brittany's first few, I'm like, I can do this. I can do it.
Do not even think about it at all. Watch Betsy Thompson. It's a hot.
I do. I watch Betsy and I watch Timber, so like I see these pros who are like at it constantly. So I'm doing one Thursday, and I'm just gonna focus on. I've got a stash of new Maxis and Madisons and Cassies, and I've got some Lucy's, and just gonna start small, just to get my feet wet and see how it goes. But it's just been an amazing journey so far, and quickly. You know, my life is like quickly changing. Initially,
this month, if you guys didn't know that, it's exciting.
Yeah, I do nurse a baby in my spare time, Carolyn. You're right. And I hit trainer last month. And the other night, I thought I didn't qualify for month 2 for the cruise, and I was fine with that because I really stepped back quite a bit last month to be with my family. And all of a sudden, I got a text at like 11:30 at night, and Carolyn told me that I did, and I was like, what? So I was really, I was like near in tears, and my husband was already sleeping, so I told him the next day, and he was pretty excited. So, you know, I've got like goals like that for the business, but I just never thought in a million years like this would be where I would be sitting. I was doing it for fun. I was doing it because I like the clothes, and I was doing it because, you know, I am a school counselor, and I left a job in Ohio and moved to Savannah and took a pretty substantial pay cut to be here because it's beautiful and we love it down here. And my husband works, he's self-employed, he's, you know, does his thing. And so just the thought of like retirement, I was like, oh, I can work and do this for fun and put away money, and we can pay for vacations. We love to vacation and take our kids to do cool stuff. And now it's like turning into a real deal where, we need to pray about it, and I may be able to not work during the day next year or for a few years or for however. I have no idea. You know, I'm just stepping back and kind of like praying about it and letting the Lord figure that out for us. Because I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, like ever. And now I do.
I didn't put any makeup on today, although I did put eyelashes on. I don't know if you guys can see it. I thought maybe that would make
it than me.
Yeah, I thought that would make it look like I had makeup on if I slapped some $2.99 eyelashes from Walgreens on. So
They look good. They look good.
I just wanted to say real quick about Stacy. So Stacy had a sponsor who is taking a break right now, and so I didn't even know Stacy. Like she popped up on my back office. But one of the things that I'll encourage you guys is that I've been doing this almost 2 years, and Stacy has taught me more in the last couple months, truly, just with like her attitude and her drive. And so don't be, and just like Jessica tonight, everything that she shared, there are girls who start this and see it with new eyes, and I know Brittany's seen that too, and sometimes they have the very best information and advice. And so just because certain people have been doing it longer than others, like I want to be a learner. I want to keep learning. I want to know what's cool now because it might not be the same as 6 months ago. And so just like make sure that you are not just reaching up. We talked about that on the coaches call today, but reaching down too, because there just is so much good information out there. Not one person holds all of it. And so Stacy's been a really good example of how, and Jessica's information tonight too, but for the two of them, there's probably 50 more girls on Brittany's team that I could just spit off right off the bat that have excellent information. So don't be scared to reach out because these girls have just great info. And I know sometimes you feel like you don't want to reach up to Brittany or Christy or whoever. So don't be scared to do that. So anyways, you guys were awesome. I'm going to turn my camera off now because I look really legit, but I did want to say that.
It's all right. It's office hours are over, right? We clocked out at 5. Anyways, thank you guys so much for sharing. I think it's like Carolyn just said, it's just so nice to hear from somebody new. You know, when I first started, we weren't even allowed to sell online. We could only do pop-up boutiques. And so to see how far we've come and to see, you know, I didn't know how. I just joined the online world in January, y'all. Like, I was only doing pop-ups until January. Finally, I was like, this boat is passing me right on by. Like, why am I not jumping on board? Because I thought it was too hard, and I thought the pictures were too hard, blah, blah, blah. And I still do pop-ups, y'all. I still do 4 to 6 pop-ups a month because I think it's really important to, you know, get out there into the community and meet new people. And, you know, a majority of the girls that are on my team, I met through LuLaRoe. I met through pop-ups. I met them through a friend of mine whose sister lives in California and she wants to join, or a friend of mine whose sister lived in Oregon, Amy Extra, and she joined. And so I've got all these girls on my team that I met just through getting out into the community and sharing LuLaRoe. So online, I say it all the time, online is amazing, but make sure that you're still having that personal connection and you're still getting out there and spreading the LuLaRoe love in your community because, you know, it's really fun and it's neat. I have at my church, Caroline and I go to church together, and I think that there's like has been up to 6 consultants that go to church with me. Easter Sunday, it was like if you weren't wearing LuLaRoe, there was something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so awesome to see where we started and where we're at now. So anyway, that's kind of it. I just wanted you guys to hear from a couple friends who have been in for a while, but really not that long, 6 months, that's it, and are doing amazing things with their business. I also wanted you to put a face with a name and know who I am. Somebody asked me the other day if I could do a Video Friday. If you don't know what those are, they're going to change your life. So just get ready for those. They're called Video Friday, and they are these groundbreaking, like earth-shattering videos that I make for you guys on Fridays, and it can be anything from like what color I should repaint my bathroom walls to, you know, like the deer I saw laying on set. You just never know what I'm going to talk about. But somebody asked if I would do a genealogy and kind of talk about you know, who leads our team and where everybody is and all that kind of stuff. So we thought that would be kind of fun. So be on the lookout for that because it's going to be coming soon, okay? So anyways, we're going to post this if you weren't able to watch us live. If you're going to watch the recorded call, we're going to have a link to that on the Lovelies page. And, yeah, we're just glad you guys joined us. I just looked a second ago. We had like 40 people here, and that makes me so happy that you guys joined us, and I know more will watch it later. So if you have questions, let us know. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Carrie Ann, you got anything else?
No.
Probably yelling. She's probably yelling at Carter.
2 children that are just got knocked out here.
Carter, aw.
Ugh. Except that, like, when did we get into a job where we could bathe our children and be on a webinar at the same time? Because it's legit. So.
Hi, Carter. What are you doing?
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn this off now. You can continue. And I will post the guest link. Don't be afraid. You can share that on any of your pages, or if you have girls in the queue that you want to share it with, just text it over to them and they can watch it on YouTube. So thank you, Stacy and Jessica.
Yes, you guys are amazing. We'll talk with you later.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.